You know, one thing I really like about Jesus is that he dwelt among the people. Many of us have heard stories about kings and queens and all sorts of rulers that sit in their throne room, and sit in their palace and just make the rules, put the laws out there, give orders, but they don't know how to walk and mingle and interact with the common people. I think there was a story about that with Mickey, was it Mickey Mouse or something like that? How I think the real king was the one that was actually walking with the people, but they didn't know it was the king. But the one that was the king wasn't really the king, right? So a lot of people saw Mickey Mouse hanging around the common people, as they say, not knowing who he really was. Come on. That's how it is with Christ. A lot of people don't truly know who he is. Don't see who he is, the power of the Bible. They don't understand just how powerful it is. Yet they just keep looking at, many people look at Jesus, think about Jesus as another common person. The Bible as another common book. All right, but there are many people in power today, quite a bit, who don't walk with people, their day-to-day activities. You know, don't know what it's like to truly struggle financially. How the toughness of living in a ghetto, or living in a abusive home, or infested home. You know, don't know how it is to really go through tough times. They read about it, they watch a video on it, but to actually live in it, and to and if not live in it, to more often interact with people who have lived it, who are living it. I love what the Bible says about Jesus. Jesus walked with us. He came to his own. God came in the flesh to show, wow, let me relate to you, truly relate to you on a physical level. That's right there, just wow, boggles my mind. And there are criteria for leaders, whether mayors and governors or presidents, or even someone that you marry, or a manager. You expect a husband and wife to have some sort of leadership role in the house with the kids, manager of a company, mayor, governor, president of the country, states, provinces, for them to have a certain character about them, certain attributes about them. And because however the person is like, as it pertains to their actions, their character, how they behave, how they speak, all these things are going to impact the people. Who you marry, it's going to impact you. It's going to impact the kids. Who leads a business, a company, it's going to impact the workers, their customers, their clients. And who governs states, counties, the country, is going to impact us. All right. So, and many times we think we want to choose for ourselves who should be our spouse, who should be in power, who should be elected, and we think we know what's right. And many people can testify, I thought I chose the right man, woman to marry. I chose wrong. I thought I chose the right friend. I chose wrong. I thought I chose the right job. I was wrong. I like what Deuteronomy says in Deuteronomy 17, verse 15. Thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom the Lord thy God shall choose. Who you shall choose, who I shall choose, who the Lord chooses. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayst not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. The Bible also said that a brother is born for adversity. Come on. So how does that person, that spouse, that manager, that president, how do they act in adversity? How do they respond through tough times, through challenges? Come on. How do they truly treat people who don't agree with them? Right? How do they act in the everyday, day-to-day life? Not just about just how smart they are, how good looking they are, how much money they have, but how do you truly behave when things go wrong, when there's challenges? How do you conduct yourself? It's easy to act all cool and nice when things is going okay, things are going smooth as butter. When things gets tough, do you keep your composure? Do you still love? You can be firm and loving at the same time. You can make some difficult decisions, but still be firm and loving at the same time. And are you truly doing what's right for the people as a whole? Apart from biases and preconceived notions, are you doing what's best for the people as a whole? Don't set a stranger. A stranger doesn't know you. A stranger has not even come into your atmosphere to know truly what's going on. They just probably know about you from afar, but they don't truly know you. They have not mingled with you, interacted with you, trying to get to know somebody. Hey, they can, hang out with them at the park. How often do you see our leaders in office, the camera showing them playing ball with somebody at a park, playing chess? Occasionally they may go to some store or some restaurant and take pictures and shake hands, but then they leave. Then they don't linger for long. Come on, but how does people treat people? How does your spouse, your potential spouse, treat people? Do they just talk about people, or truly love and serve people? And people in government and places of authority, are they just writing stuff on paper and enacting laws into place, or are they actually getting around the people, mingle with the people, getting in their world, and not just they're in their palace? So, who the Lord chooses. Lord, how do you choose? What's the way you choose? There's a lot of different Bible verses I can expound to talk about that, but I'll just leave you with one verse. God looks at the heart or the mind. What's going on in the mind? How do you think? All right, how do you think? It's more than how a person looks, how they dress, how they think reflects is gonna coincide with how they behave. Is that person not behaving in an upright, noble way? Something wrong with the mind. But the mind is upright and noble, more than likely they're gonna operate in a better way. So, and the more we study the Lord, study Christ, learn about Christ's ways, we'll know more about what kind of people does He truly endorse to rule in different capacities, to lead in different capacities, because that will affect other people. But we as people think we know many people think they know what's best for themselves, and I can figure it out. I know I can choose myself, and often we get it wrong, and then we suffer. The people around us suffer the consequences because we chose the wrong people based on inferior qualities. Come on. All right, y'all. So that's it. God bless you. Love you.